Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. Good to see you all again. Like I always say, it's great to be back in New Zealand after a not really long camp, but a good camp. And how exciting is it to have a heavyweight world title fight held here in New Zealand? I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait for December 10th.
Questions?
Joe, Kevin stood here yesterday and he told us that Andy's the favourite for this fight, that he's got faster hands than you. Gave us a lot of reasons why Andy's going to win this fight. So can you tell us why you're going to win this fight and how you're going to win this fight?
I think I respect Kevin and his opinion, and Andy does have fast hands, but I believe I'm faster. So I'll prove Kevin wrong come fight night that I'll be the faster fighter. And I think Kevin did say that Andy is the favourite, but he didn't say I was going to lose, or he didn't say he's going to beat me. This is my time. Andy's, I know he's preparing well for this fight, and I know he's taking this very seriously. But this is, the fight's going to be held here at home, and I'm ready for it.
What did you think about his comments about your performance in the Tacken fight? I think he said that if you turn up and deliver the performance you gave against Carlos Tacken, you'll lose. Simple as that. Would you agree with that?
Oh, I agree with him that the Tacken fight wasn't a great performance, and that's the reason why I said I only watched it twice, because I was disappointed in my performance. But if he's judging me on that fight, then good. He's going to be surprised when he comes to New Zealand.
Joseph, you've had, 5 fights this year?
5. This will be the 5th.
This will be the 5th.
So you've had 5 pretty grueling training camps. How much is left in the tank?
There's still a lot in the tank. It's been a tough year, or been tough 3 years. Having, this will be the 15th fight in 3 years, and the body has taken a beating in training and in the fights. But I'm ready for this challenge, and I get 2 months off after the fight. So this is a fight where I'm going to give it everything I have, whatever's left in the tank.
How hard is this training camp for you? Changing from focusing on taller opposition to shorter opposition?
It's been different bringing in shorter sparring partners, and we brought in 3 sparring partners who gave us really good work. So I think whatever Andy's going to bring, I've already prepared for it. These fighters put on pressure, threw a lot of punches, chased me down, and I was able to control my distance and control them. So I know whatever Andy's going to bring, I've prepared for it, and I'm ready for what he's going to bring. So I'm looking forward to it.
Shorter fighters versus taller fighters, easier, harder? How do you find it?
Every fight's hard. I don't want to get punched in the face. It's not really nice. It's not a nice feeling. But I think a good example of this fight is looking back at Lennox and David Tua. It's taller and shorter fighters. So if I'm going to do my best to go in there and fight like what Lennox did to Tua, because it's taller fighters, you got to use your jab, you got to use your reach, and you got to use the advantages that you have.
Yeah, because Lennox, like we heard from Lennox Lewis only a week ago, suggesting that you need to fight against Andy the way that he fought against David. Is that exactly how you've been preparing for this fight?
It's pretty much how we've been preparing. The jab is going to be key. It's going to be important, and I'm just going to try my best to bust him from the outside.
We've seen in the last couple of days, David's actually come out publicly and said that he backs you, he supports you. What does that support mean to you?
Oh, for me, the support from David. David's one of the fighters I looked up to and still look up to. He's pretty much the best the fighter New Zealand has produced. He's reached that. He knocked out how many champions? 3 or 4 champions he knocked out, and was probably he could have been champion himself, but probably didn't get the right opportunities. But for me, David was a legend in this country, and to have him back me is very exciting for me.
How do you balance out family and sponsor commitments and training and public interest over the next 10 days with focusing on trying to win major fight?
I think the first focus for me is training. So training is all locked in, the times for training is all locked in, everything else works around training. But the priority is training, because without training then I won't be as prepared as I can be. So training is priority, and everything else fits in after that. And I have my parents, I have my team, so just controlling everything that I have to do and making sure I'm not over sort of delivering on things and not overdoing it for myself.
Just touching on that, when we started about 2.5 years ago, we started quite a heavy schedule, so we knew that whenever Joseph was going to fight for a world title, that the pressure would really come on media-wise. So we're replicating pretty much exactly what we have done in every other fight. So every other fight, we have had a dry run for this moment. So we don't anticipate there's going to be any issue whatsoever regarding extra commitments or anything. And Kevin and I talk on a daily basis regarding this. Dean gets involved as well. There's not going to be distractions for Joseph for this fight.
Do you, whenever you go out now, like here today, do you, to members of the public, know who you are and respect you? How much has that changed for you in the last 8 months?
Yeah, it's changed a lot. I mean, whenever I walk down the street or wherever I go, a lot of people recognize me and come up to me, talk to me, wish me luck, ask for photos. And it's just, for me, I embrace it actually. It's great to have the support, because without the support of these people or our country, then I wouldn't be where I am today. So I think it's just got to enjoy it. It's all part of the process.
Joe, have you had any sort of high-profile encouragement, support from fellow sportsmen or people like that?
A lot of support from the All Blacks, and for now, I think more will come, but just for now.
Joe, the work that you've done with Kerry Evans, how much has that helped? How much has it changed your outlook on boxing?
I've enjoyed the work I've done with Kerry Evans. It's for me, it's the reason why I got him involved was just about fulfilling my potential, and I believe he's really helped me. He's helped me a lot in that area, helping to understand a lot of things, and so I think it's been very beneficial for us.
Joe, you know what you're going to get from Andy. He's going to come forward. Is that an advantage, firstly, and secondly, is that an opportunity for you to hurt him when he comes inside and tries to fight you on the inside? Yeah,
I guess with Andy, his strengths are coming forward, fast hands, and he's actually a good mover. He moves his head and sort of protects himself well. So I think him coming in, he's got to work his way in, because I'm going to be throwing a lot of jabs. So it can work for him if he gets in close, but if he walks into a big one, then be a good night for me.
And are you confident about your inside game as well?
Yep, I think over the leading up to this point, I'm confident now that I can fight anyone at any distance. I've practiced and I've trained for whatever he's going to bring, so I know that I'm confident what I can do.
Joe, this time around you're fighting as a father. Has that changed your outlook as well?
I think just extra motivation, and I guess it's pretty cool to be a father. I mean, I got back and I went and visited my baby girl, and she's healthy and strong, so that makes me happy. And I think going into this fight, extra motivation, motivation fighting for her, fighting for because I missed my sister's wedding, I missed my mom's 50th, fighting for our country, fighting for Samoa. So there's a lot of reasons why I should be motivated to go out there and give it my best.
Change any nappings yet?
I said I'll look at learning how to do that after the fight. For now, the focus is the fight. I can't get distracted.
Protect your hands.
Huh?
Protect those hands.
Well.
Those fast hands be handy, I think.
I just want to touch back on that thing about the schedule and ask you a question, because in 2014 we went to Germany, a number of you guys went to Germany and went to the Alex Leapai fight where he fought Vladimir Klitschko.
Oh, yeah.
And if you remember that fight, Klitschko took Leapai out in 5 rounds. I think he threw 147 punches and Leapai threw 5. And we were with Alex that whole week. Joseph was on the undercard. And for us at Duco, that was a massive learning curve on how to prepare someone for a heavyweight title fight. But more importantly, Joseph was there the whole time as well. Dean, David and I took a lot out of that, but perhaps you can explain as well, going back to that time where you were on the undercard and seeing another guy fight for the world title and the pressure and everything surrounding it, and what happened.
The fight in Germany was a great experience, fighting on the undercard of Klitschko and Alex Leapai. I guess the way that I see it is Alex prepared himself the best he can physically, but mentally he wasn't prepared, and I guess with all the pressures of the media and the attention he got, he wasn't prepared at that moment. So I guess what Craig is trying to say, leading up to this point, we've actually done a lot of practice in this area. We've practiced, we've had a lot of press conferences, we've had a lot of signing sessions, we've done a lot of things to prepare us for this moment. So now that we're here, we're prepared for it. It's not going to shake us. We're not going to be scared of it. We're not going to be nervous. We're actually prepared for it.
How important is it at the same time for you to, on the odd occasion over the next 10 days, sit and stare at a blank wall and just have time to yourself?
It's very important, and I've already, every day I've put something in place where I just have time to myself, and I believe it's important to have that time, focus, and then go back to being with everyone else.
Physically, you've had a few bumps and bruises or issues during the year. How are you at the moment?
Physically, yeah, I've had a bit of pain pretty much everywhere, but at the moment I'm feeling fantastic. Excellent.
That's good.
Yeah. I have to be for this fight.
Anything else? Right. Stay in, Parker.
All right, Mr. Stanaway.
It's gone all around the country. This is your first opportunity to look at
The belt I'm fighting for, yes. Ooh,
what do you reckon?
sweet.
Are you not going to touch it before the fight, eh?
No,
I presume you don't want to touch it.
no.
How will it look around your waist?
I think it'll look fabulous. Sort of tie up the loose pants I have.
So what I'm going to do,
Looks nice. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
Oh.
so what I'm going to do, everyone's seen it but you.
Oh.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it down here and I'm going to give everyone a visual opportunity to. There we go. So you can probably move this across here, Joe. Probably sit next to it for the visual opportunity.
It's not a bad omen being that close to it.
No, I'll just stand here.
How does it make you feel? The first time you saw a belt, just going back to this Germany fight, remember we went to a Vladimir Klitschko press conference and he had all his belts there.
Yeah.
I mean, remember you as a kid looking at those and you're absolutely blown away. The idea now that you're fighting for actually one of those belts.
Oh, look at it. It's bloody amazing. A lot of detail. I think the first time in Germany when I won the belt, I said,
when you were a kid, when you actually saw those belts at that press conference, remember
of
that?
course I wanted it. But I mean, the first one I won in Germany, and then I said to myself from then on, I want to keep winning these belts and collecting them. I think at home now, my mom has a big cabinet of all the belts lined up. It looks awesome. Imagine having this at the top. That's the goal. So, looks good. But I'll
All right. That concludes. Any other questions?
Joseph, just on Kevin and the fact that he's been here before in 2008. What's he been able to, advice-wise, tell you about what's going to happen over the next 10 days before that fight? How to handle yourself?
I think it's great to have someone like Kevin as a coach and as a leader in our team. Like you said, he's been there before, he's done it. I mean, he's been there. He hasn't really achieved what he wanted to achieve as a coach. So I think that for me, being a champion of the world is my goal, but for him, having a champion in the heavyweight division is his goal. So, and it's great. He's been there, he's done it, he's seen everything. He's seen all the media that's involved in leading up to the fight. He's seen how fighters can crack. He's seen pretty much it. So I think it's really important to have him as part of the team, and I'm just following the guidance that he gives me each day. He just says to stay relaxed, and the key focus is just to focus on training.
Would you say it's been the hardest physical camp we've done? It's probably been one of the short ones, but
It's been a short, hard camp, but I believe this is for me, this is the most focused I've ever been. It's the most focused I've been on in any camp, and I guess it's at the moment everything's complete. We have Kev as a trainer, we have Duco Evans, we have my management team, my boys, my team, and then I have Kerry Evans, who's played a big part as well. I believe it's leading up to this fight, we've done everything right.
did you bring your mum back to 50th, or would winning the world that belt?
Yeah. Well, if if all goes well and I win this, she can tie up her pants with this. this will be a gift.
Isn't there a story that Sala, your mum, has never been in the ring with you after a fight? If you are to win, this will be the first time she actually will go into the ring.
Yeah, my mum Sala said she won't jump in the ring until I win a championship of the world fight, and she said I've never raised both my hands in a fight until I win the championship of the world. I've only raised one hand, so all goes well. I win this, both hands will be like that, but for now they're like this.
She's usually the last to give you a hug before you get in the ring, eh?
She's the last person I hug to get in the ring, and she's the first to hug when I'm out.